morning, right? It was a minute ago. 1 minute ago, it was literally morning. I'm taking that. Okay. I'm taking that minute. It is been, you know what? It's been a day, guys. It already has been a day. I feel like this is my Monday. The craziness that I have experienced today, you have no idea. This is my upstairs office. I have a few of them. I have 3 offices, actually. This I've been unable to work in for many months, many moons, because it's been heaped with papers and a mess. And I'm like a type A person with type B tendencies. I'm basically type B, actually. That's what I am. I'm a mess. I am a hot mess. So I cleaned my office and I was still up here this morning rapidly. I was working on the lessons for the academy and I ran down there. I literally like showed up and was like, live. Anyway, so in preparation for this, I was stuffing. I don't know if anyone else has done this, but you know, deli meat, which is really bad. Do not recommend. 0 to 10 stars. It's bad for you. But we bought some and for sandwiches, of course. And I am like just grabbing it and eating it. Just no carbs, nothing else, just meat. Because it's that kind of day. Okay. So if somebody else grabs sandwich meat out of the fridge and just eats it, then you need to post so that I know that I'm not alone. Okay. All right. So we have some really exciting updates for you guys today. I didn't even say this was happening in the newsletter, but we have, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter. I'm just going over some of our main updates, and then I'm going to let you guys get on with your day because I have even more scheduled to happen. So first off, Colorado is live. This is the next up state in our 50 state series. If you guys didn't know, we are doing one mini unit for each of the 50 states, but they're actually designed like a full unit where it covers all of your subjects. So student pages, there are 5 per day instead of 2, but it's only a week long. So you can take a little break and you can get in this entire world schooling journey right from the comfort of your living room couch. I know, right? I mean, it's the ultimate win. So that is out. And actually, let me see if I can put it up on the screen. 50 states. I can't on the app, but I can on, if I'm right. I'm hoping I'm right. See if that QR code works. All right. So I'm going to pop it up there. So if you are on our Facebook page or if you are on YouTube right now, you may be able to scan that QR code and it should take you to the page. So check that out. Otherwise, you guys can do gatherroundhomeschool.com/pages/50-states. All right. It's not complicated. Are we still doing the provinces? Yes, that is our plan. We would love to do the provinces after we do the states, which is yet another reason that you guys are going to want our legacy pass, where you're going to get access, not just to what we currently have, but everything that we are going to develop for the lifetime of our company. So Colorado is live. You can check it out. You can see the scope and sequence online. You can learn more about it. You can look at the pictures and see how beautiful it is. Let's move on to our next topic. Our next topic is that we have a giveaway that is happening for our Legacy Pass. If you haven't heard, last week, Jonathan and I went live and we announced that we were doing a limited time only, limited quantities available Legacy Pass, which is an opportunity for you to get access to everything we have created and access to everything we will create in digital form for the life of our company. Additionally, we are offering 25% off print for life, which allows you to essentially use us cheaper than you would even a printer to be able to get access. If you like the printed, you'll be able to use that. If you want to have digital and cast it to your screen, you can get the best of all the worlds. And so we wanted to do something that would be a blessing for our customer base. This is over $11,000 value and it's available for only $1,500. And when I say $11,000 value, you guys, that's just today. That's just today with what we currently have said we are doing. That does not include the life of our company. As you guys know, we are always driving and pursuing new things and there's new ideas. So I would imagine this will double, triple, quadruple in volume over the life of our company. And so it's kind of that one and done for your homeschool. If you've used us, if you love us, and if you don't want to have to make any more decisions about curriculum, we've got math coming out. We're just going to keep on going and you're going to be getting access to anything new that comes down the pipes. So all of our seat work in cursive and in manuscript, all of our skill builders, all of our math in digital form, All of our units, all of our mini units, any digital extra, everything is going to be available to you with our Legacy Pass. So some of you are saying, you know what, that's a lot of money. I get it. I know that that is a lot of money. Obviously, it's a lot of value and I feel it's well worth it. That being said, I do understand it is a lot of money. And so we are going to be gifting one of these. We are going to give away one Legacy Pass for free to a family to be able to have lifetime digital access. And it is huge value. If you are in Canada, this is $2,000 value in Canadian dollars. And so we are really excited about this giveaway. It is the biggest giveaway we have ever done. And you can win. You don't have to purchase, no purchase necessary. All right. All you have to do is you can comment. You can say what you love about Gather Round. You can tag a friend that you think would be interested, or you can share. And each one of those, every time you comment, if you share, post in the comments, this is how I shared, every comment is going to be counted. This giveaway is going to be plastered everywhere. So it's going to be available on our free app. It's going to be on our Instagram, and it's also going to be on Facebook. There will only be one winner. So that's just something important to note. Even though you're going to see it everywhere, that means there's more chances for you to win because you could engage on all of those different platforms, but there will only be one winner that is selected for the US and Canada, one winner. And so one opportunity, it's open until Monday night at midnight. Tuesday is when the Legacy Pass becomes available. Right now, if you go to our site, you'll want to click Notify Me. You want to get on that list, even though it costs me a little bit to send you a text message, because you're going to get a text as soon as the Legacy Pass is available for sale. And because we are doing a limited number of these, if you are like convinced that I want to get this, then you know that you're not going to miss out on it. So you can go to our site. I'm going to pop the QR code up right now. And it's just gatheraroundhomeschool.com/legacy. And you can find out about it. I recommend you read. There's 3 cards that kind of explain the value right now as it is. And everything included, the value of everything we're planning in the next year or so. And then, of course, you have the 25% coupon code and the value of the life of our company and all of the new ideas that we're going to come up with. So high value product. But if you click on those Notify Me When Live, it's going to take you to the product page. And when you click on that, you can add in your cell phone number, or we're not going to use it. We're not going to text you other things. It's just for that product, and it will notify you as soon as it's available. So make sure you do that so that we can also kind of see where things are at with that product, and we're prayerfully considering what this looks like as far as the numbers that we're going to make available. So check it out. Don't forget, there's an opportunity for you to win that for free. Help us get the word out. We would love to get the word out about this because we believe in it. And we believe not just in Gather Round and what we're making, but we believe in your kids. We believe in the next generation of young people and that we are raising up. And so we want to invest in, as a company, in the legacy of the kingdom legacy that we believe the Lord is establishing. And so we hope it's a blessing. And it's coming next Tuesday, guys. It's only available 48 hours, Tuesday to Wednesday. That's the Legacy Pass and your opportunity to win the Legacy Pass for free just by sharing, telling people about it, and commenting. What else did I have? Okay, so this is big. This is big. Okay. Some of you guys are in Canada, and you may notice that last week, if you were on our live, Jonathan and I said that we were not doing the print option in Canada because print isn't an option in Canada. And that we were going to just keep it to the digital components, which is over $14,000 value in Canada. So still really valuable in and of itself. That being said, we have decided and we've looked into some options, and we have found a way that some of our Canadians can purchase from our US site. And so we are going to extend the 25% off lifetime coupon to our Canadians as well. Keep in mind that we're going to be using a new tool that actually calculates and shows you your taxes and duties and brokerage fees all up front, because that was one of the issues that we had, was that there was all these surprise fees on the other side. And so you'll be able to see those all up front, and most likely your coupon code is largely going to be going toward those fees. But hopefully, in that sense, for those of you that are like, I only want print, it might make it a little bit more doable for you. And so we are excited to be able to extend that code. We will be updating our website shortly with that information, but I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. We'll work out the details of exactly what that will look like and how you'll access it. But we are going to make that available to our Canadian customers as well. So woohoo, exciting stuff. All right, are Canadians having access? Can you guys hear my son? He's currently weed whacking. I feel like he might be weed whacking my rose bushes, but I love how he's doing it right outside, right now. I just love that. He sometimes gets paid for that, and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes it's his chore. So yard work. Keep those boys busy. All right. Do you have any questions for me about the Legacy Pass, about the giveaway, about Colorado, about the Academy? Our online academy, we are finishing up our last week of astronomy. Guys, as a homeschool parent who makes homeschool curriculum and never has the time to teach it, my kids have completed an entire unit, every single lesson. Do you know how that feels? Do you know how that feels? So we are very excited about the Academy. It is, for the main thing I think that it is offering is consistency for our family, at least, and community. And so it has been a real blessing. I love that it's something you can do from home. I love that it's something you can set on your own schedule. I love that it's offering our kids a little bit of that community and connection, and it feels fun and like they're a part of something. So they're more motivated and more inspired. And I just feel like it's a really unique opportunity. So we are continuing with our academy through this entire year. I'm the teacher. Hey. And our next unit is Vikings, which we are so excited about. So this is kind of the opportunity for you. If you haven't been a part of it and you want to join, you could jump in at this point. Next week is a break week. We're kind of coinciding with the school year. And then we launch into it. So we usually need like 3 to 4 business days for anyone new to make sure we get all your kids added and you added to the right areas of the app. So if you are wanting to join, I recommend doing that by the end of this week or beginning of the next. And we would love to have you be a part of Vikings. We're going to be doing some of us are going to be doing the lap book. We've got the writing track to go along with it. We're just excited about this next unit. It's going to be very different than astronomy, but I think fun at the same time. It's going to be good, guys. So I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't heard of it. We are going to be working, some of you have requested a promo video that kind of gives you a little behind the scenes of what it's like. And so we will put together a little promo video now that we're almost done astronomy, so you can get a feel for it. But basically the replays are available through the entire unit as well as 1 week after. So you have lots of time we only do 4 days a week, do it on a Friday or catch up if you missed a day or two and the schedule is a little bit intense, because we're making it through a unit, guys. What age do you recommend joining the online academy? I would be super curious to see your guys' response on that, but I mean, it's designed for all ages. I will say for some of our units, and this is the great thing, the way we've set it up as a subscription model is that you can join or cancel at any time. Our World War II unit and World War I, really, the World Wars, we're doing both of them. I'm not going to pull any punches. So if you've used some of our gather round units, you'll know that we use a color coding system. Yellow sections are recommended for younger students. We have kind of a bluish section that's for early elementary, upper elementary. And then we have a purple section that's recommended for teens. And I'm not skipping any of these sections. I'm teaching them all. So for some of our units, it's just heavier information. And so some of your younger students may get a little lost, or they may, start to trail off in their attention span, and that's okay. They have the ability to just color or listen or play with Lego or something. It's my belief that learning through osmosis, our kids are learning so much more than we realize, even if they don't look like they're paying attention. And so I've just had the policy myself, and I've put these adaptations in for you guys of the color coding, but I never do the color coded sections personally when I'm teaching my own children. I've always read to them everything. I have the discussions, and my younger ones, they, barely listen, or they half listen. Well, my older ones were able to go into much more depth. I just feel like so much is happening when we can all do that one room schoolhouse feel. So that being said, It'll be fine for things like Vikings. It will be fine for our Christmas unit. But when we do our World War unit, it may be one, and maybe your kids will want to be all in it, but we will be showing videos. We will be having hard conversations. We will be showing pictures. We will be just talking hard stuff. Like, this is Holocaust and all the things. Our novel study for that unit, we're going to do a book study. Actually, it's not really a book study. It's going to be a book club. And so we're designing our unit for Number of the Stars to be book club style. And so students are going to be able to do a book club, and they'll, gather weekly or whatever it is to do their book club. But just keep that in mind. So it will probably depend unit to unit, but I am not skipping anything in the books or pulling any punches. We have frank discussions. I teach it the same way that I would teach my kids, which is holding nothing back. So fair warning, but if you've used some of our units, you have an idea a little bit of where I'm coming from. So hopefully it's not too scary. Is the math only available 48 hours to download? Amanda, no. So the way the Legacy Pass works, when we say digital access, you are going to get access immediately when you purchase. So you have 48 hours that this product is available to buy. For you to be able to get access to the Legacy Pass, you only have 48 hours. Once you purchase, you're going to get immediate access to everything that we have in digital format, which is like $8,000 worth of product. So anything that we have, which includes number sense in digital form and everything before that, okay, you're going to get access to immediately. When we say that there's download limits of 15 or that there's hosting limits, we are very clear all over our website. This isn't just the Legacy Pass. This is just our digital policy. We do not promise or guarantee to host your files for life. And the reason we have to put this in our terms and conditions is that we pay a lot of money for our hosting. We pay a lot of money for bandwidth. So it's not just that we're paying for storage. We pay every time someone clicks that download button. Also, there's always the risk of, the sharing and different things like that happen with our digital products. That being said, if we were to say that we host everything for life and I die and our company shuts down, now my husband and children are getting pursued for legal battles because they didn't give access for life and for that person's life. That's why we have terms and conditions, right? It's for these unexpected things that happen. It's in the case of. And so our official policy is that we do not store your files for life, that we have a limit of 15 downloads per product, and that we recommend that you download and store your own files on your own cloud-based server or external hard drive. That is our official policy and our recommendation, and that protects us from any long-term consequences, all right? But that being said, if you've been a digital customer with us before, you probably know that so far, the files are there. They've been there the whole time. And so we're not going in and removing files at this point. So you're going to have access. You're going to have access for the foreseeable future. There's going to be lots of time for you to do that. And if we were in a position that we did have to shut things down because of some unforeseen something, we would notify you. So I just want to make sure you guys know about that. That's my daughter. And my phone is not on Do Not Disturb. You guys, you're getting like real. How do I feel so like boomerish right now. How do I shut this thing down? Okay, she's fine. She's just asking for time on Netflix, guys. It's okay. Don't judge me for ignoring her call, okay? Okay, what was I talking about? Digital access. So hopefully that helps explain just in general about our policies, why we have our policies. I see all over, people are like, what? We only have access? What? It's restricted? Yeah, these are policies. And you're gonna see them anywhere there's digital access. You're gonna see these on every single site. And it's just wisdom, right? It's wisdom to have clear policies so that everybody knows, but just know that the heart of our company, we're gonna notify you if there's something that comes up. So that being said, you're going to have lots of time to be able to download your files, store your files, organize your files. We are making them pretty and organizing them for you alphabetically. We're already in the process of setting it all up so that it's ready for you. Oh my gosh. You know what she's doing? She is bypassing my Do Not Disturb because I have, the emergency bypass. Anyway, it's okay. That's fine. She'll figure it out. She'll call her dad. So the World War unit is actually, I mean, it's from the angle of the United States. It's part of our U.S. history series. So our U.S. history series, one of our books kind of goes through that time period. It's not from a global perspective, though it does, of course, cover the global events. But it is definitely talking about the United States and their kind of journey through those time periods. So just so you guys know, but yes, we do have a unit that goes into that. And I think that it is great. And I think that our kids are going to be super excited about it, learning about all of the things. So we're actually, yeah, I won't even say all the things, but we are really working on making that unit. I think it's going to be really special. I'm working on special guests. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. If anybody knows anybody who has like been through, I want to have a special guest for each of our units, if it's possible, that can help make things come to life. And these are things I'm paying for, by the way, investing in. Another thing we've been doing in the academy is I've been giving $25 gift cards to our kids as challenges and winners for, you know, if they've been participating and doing their school and doing the experiments and posting, and I've been featuring them on the lives. And so just trying to make it as engaging as possible and make it come to life as much as possible. So yeah, the academy. Your dollars put to work. Will the giveaway be announced before the Legacy Pass goes live? Thank you. Here's the more details. Let's do that. So the giveaway goes until Monday night at midnight, and at 8 a.m. the Legacy Pass is available. So you, if you filled out that notify me button, are going to get a text message and it's going to say, hey, it's available. Here's the link. That's it. That's all that is for. By the way, I'm not texting you more because I have to pay for each of those text messages. So you're going to click on it. It's going to take you to the site. You can purchase it. Now we are going to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to announce the winner. I need that breathing room because my poor sister-in-law, Cassidy, has to go through hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of comments, and she has to put them all into a generator, and then she has to select the winner, and she's gonna have to do that for each of our different platforms. So it's gonna take us a little bit of time. I wanna give her a little bit of breathing room to be able to do that. I'll announce it at 2 o'clock. If one of you won and you had already purchased it, I will refund it. All right. So that is the giveaway and the details of the giveaway. You could also wait until after that 2 p.m. But remember, we are considering limiting the number of Legacy Passes that are available. And again, that comes down to things like bandwidth, download, making sure that we can sustain what we have and that we feel like it's still value. So all of the things, weather and natural disasters. Oh, we are hard at work on it on the writing side. The design side, it's been a little bit harder. We need more designers, you guys. So if anybody you know works with InDesign and is interested in a remote job that values family first, they need to apply. We are looking for people who have experience with InDesign, okay? InDesign. So you can find that. I think it's gatheroundteam.com/jobs. And that has our job listings. So make sure to check that out because we are always hiring. I don't think there's a time when we're not hiring. We are always hiring. Will we do the lap book together on the Vikings unit? Okay, here's my thought. I'm going to reach out to my team members. I'm going to see if anyone is available to do these videos because they are time consuming. I don't know if anyone's ever done a lap book before. It's not my favorite thing. All right. There's like pieces of paper, all the places. There's all the kids that need help. I recommend doing one as a family. I have tried it before where everyone had their own and it was just paper and pandemonium and people lost things and everything got mixed together. It was awful. So I recommend doing one together as a family. You can do it instead of your notebooking page. My thought is that I'll teach the lesson. And then after the lesson, I do this kind of music ending, see you soon. After that, I'll pop back on and I will do either me or one of my staff members, the cutting and pasting and how to assemble it for that day. Here's what we're doing. Everyone do it together kind of a thing. I think Vikings is the one lap book we don't have video placement for. So I think it would be worth doing. And so that is something that you could just skip to. And then it's also something I could cut at the end and be able to upload it online for people for placement if you're purchasing Vikings in general. So that's my plan. Don't hold me to it. I'm working hard to figure it out. I have a lap book down there. I just don't want to be the person to do it. So I'm really hoping. My good friend Natalie will. Okay. Emily, apply. Yes, Emily would be your boss if you were a designer. So that's why she's like, yes, come work for us. Come work for us if you have InDesign experience, Adobe. Okay. The lap book is not seat work. Seat work is additional. We personally do the seat work. So what I do is we start school at 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. Well, my kids do. And they all do their seat work and they do their math units. And so they're working on those that hour before, and then class starts and they listen. And then for the hour after, they do their student pages. So that gives them a 3-hour school day, which is really sufficient. And they are covering all of their subjects in that because math is included before that. So personally, I would recommend seat work. Personally, even for your high schoolers, I recommend manuscript. We did cursive because you guys all wanted it. Okay. So I did it. But personally, I feel like you could have your kids do stuff in cursive if you wanted. It's a lot to do your grammar and your copy work and your spelling and everything in cursive. Unless you have a child that really loves that, it may get frustrating for them. And the most important aspect of seat work is the spelling and the grammar and the vocabulary. And I never want to overwhelm my kids with the output so much that we're losing the purpose. Does that make sense? Plus, I feel like we still need to work on our handwriting. Everybody's is atrocious. So let's just stay there. Let's just settle in. And so, yeah, that's my recommendation. Seat work is a daily thing that goes along with each of our units, and it includes 2 different pages. One, every day you are going to be doing copy work or like dictation. And so it's your scripture passage for the unit. And so at the end, we're going to read it and they have to try to write it down. So they're learning how to spell through that as well. But handwriting, it has vocabulary, it has spelling, and it has grammar. So it's built in a very foundational way. Some of our seat work units will have a focus. So we might be focusing on sentences and sentence structure. And so the entire thing, younger students, it's going to be about imperative sentences or interrogative sentences. And so we'll focus on the different types and the punctuation, whereas older could be going into fragments and run-ons and great sentences. So we've got ones that are kind of focused on a specific thing like that. The vocabulary is going to be from the unit. The spelling is age appropriate. And so because we broke it up to have a early reader, early elementary, upper elementary, middle school, high, we were able to grab spelling lists that are age appropriate for those. And so we're really intentional and focused on those. Once you get to middle and high, we often will have 5 of the most commonly misspelled words each week. And then we'll give them 5 spaces for them to write their own. And that's when they're doing their free write or in their work, we recommend that they're finding those words that they're misspelling and they add them to their list so that they can intentionally work on them. Younger students, we might focus on SH. And so all of your words are going to have the SH. So it's building in the phonetic mastery and spiral and practice on those together with their spelling, because those things are so married together. So it's very intentional. It's very focused. It's very short. It's very doable. Your kids will get to a point where they know what's expected of them. Doesn't matter what their age is. They'll be able to do it on their own, because once they know all the different sections, it's very easy. And it's just that daily intentional foundational work. And it came about because parents were feeling like they needed to have more of that hand-holding, or they wanted to have a very clear structure rather than just kind of the random, oh, this is this, or that is that. And so we decided to basically create this very structured approach. So check it out. On our site, there's a little chat bot on the bottom. You can ask more questions like which seat work goes into sentence structure, which seat work goes into punctuation, which seat work goes into semicolons, which seat work goes into whatever. I highly recommend using that chat bot to ask some questions. It may not be 100% accurate, but it gives you a starting off point if you're trying to figure out maybe working on a specific targeted area. The Academy is not full, Vanna. It is something you can still sign up for. I recommend signing up around now. So we have lulls in between, not all of them. Sometimes we'll go back to back from one to the other. So I recommend signing up about a week before the next one starts. You can find the full schedule, gatheroundhomeschool.com/academy. That shows you the schedule of the start dates of each of the units. try to sign up the week before so we have time. There's a registration form you fill out. Some parents were recommending for older students like middle, high, maybe a mature upper elementary. Some of them are wanting to have their kids set up with app access. So they create an app account for each of their different kids. And then they let us know all that information and we give them access as well. So we have a parent only section of our app, and that's a place where parents can kind of interact and share ideas. And then we have 3 different frequencies available. So you can just do it 1 day a week, 2 days a week, or all 4 days, get access to it all. And your kids would be able to kind of interact in that chat. Now, they're kids. So, it's been a little up and down. It's been a little bit interesting, but I think overall it's been good. I'm going to be meeting with the parents, I think on Thursday, and I'm curious to hear some feedback. We're a work in progress, and we're open to change, and open to seeing what each unit looks like, maybe on a standalone basis, because like I said, we're going to do a book club for our unit that's in January. And so I think each one is going to be a little bit unique and different. Good questions, you guys. Let's see. I'm reading through comments. Real life. Yes. Okay. Any other questions before we wrap things up? So if you're just coming on, don't forget that we have a giveaway right now where you can win the Legacy Pass. That is $1,500 to $2,000 purchase, but that's not the value of it. The value of it is going to be $11,000 to $14,000, and that's just the value of it. In the next year or so, it's going to continue to be more and more valuable as time goes on. So that's a huge giveaway. And so I highly recommend that you participate in as many places as possible. In the newsletter this morning, I was like, let's break the internet, anyway. So don't forget about that. The Academy, we're not doing the pause, and it's because it's caused a little bit of confusion. So essentially you can cancel it and you can rejoin at any time. But there's been some confusion about the pause and when that comes into effect. And so we found it's just easier to do the cancel and resubscribe. So you guys have the ability to control it, but it's kind of done that way. So if you were to cancel it, it's going to cancel it it's not going to charge you again, and you're going to lose access on that last day. So you pay per month and you get access for a month, and then you're going to lose access on that day if you cancel. So you just want to make sure you cancel before your next subscription is charged, if that makes sense. No, comments here do not count for the Legacy Pass. You have to post it on the giveaway post that is on the app or on Facebook or on Instagram. How will you know what the course plan is? Over the next few years, if you buy Legacy and want to use the Academy full time, I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding the question. So course plan for the Academy or all of the new units that we'll be doing. So generally speaking, I'll break this up. I think you're asking about the Academy, but let me just break this up because I think I've seen this question. Some people have said, well, I don't know what you're going to be releasing, so I don't know the future value, and I already own everything. Even if you own everything, let's just preface it with this. There's still like $4,000 value just in the next year or so of stuff that we are currently in process and working on, not to mention everything in the future. And again, I don't expect everyone to have the trust factor with me because not everybody knows me, right? But for those of you that have been following Gather Round and know me, you'll know that I am the most visionary of visionaries. I am always dreaming and scheming up new ideas. Sometimes my husband and I, we just went for a date the other night, and I'm like, I get this look in my eye where I'm just like, my feet are just going, and I'm just like, I'm looking in the distance, I'm thinking, I'm dreaming. I'm like, oh, we could do this, and we could do this, and we could do this. Like, I have so many ideas that I call him my ball and chain that keeps me from flying off, in a good way, because I have too many ideas. And so anyways, there's a lot that we will be doing in the years to come. We have no shortage of ideas. And so I can tell you that the value, we've only been a company, the amount of stuff that we have already in only, 5 years or so of doing business. What are we going to do in the next 5 years? I just feel like there's so much potential for where that could go. So are we going to do, for example, I want to do like a kind of high school business math or life math type of thing. So I think there's a lot more potential for new things to come down the road. So there's that. For the academy, as far as the plan, I am hoping to come up with the next year's plan for the academy. I do think so far, I mean, we're only one unit in, but at least for my family, I think it is something we will continue. I would actually love to grow it for next year. The academy is not included in the Legacy Pass. What is included in the Legacy Pass is the digital books. So you're going to get access to all of the books. You're not going to have to worry about getting anything. And if you wanted to upgrade to print, you're going to be able to do that for that 25% off. So all that to say, what my plan is shouldn't impact you too much in that you're going to get access to it no matter what. But I'm hoping to come up with the plan, I would say like spring, so that when we do our back to school sale, again, everybody knows what the plan is for the next year. I will say I am hoping if I can find teachers to do letters and numbers and ready to read with the academy. And so these would be two separate ones. And I am hoping to do math. I mean, these are my big dreams, okay? These are my big dreams. It's not like, it seems crazy in 1 year to find all those teachers and do all of those things. But I would really love to. I would love to do it where we have the same feel of someone teaching it and doing the practice. With math, it would only be like every second day that was needed. But I think it would be incredible. And so I think the academy is going to continue to grow. I think that there will be more and more classes offered, and this model is something that is scalable. So even if it got to the point where it was getting a little crazy, we'd have the option of even splitting up and doing multiple groups. So I would definitely stay tuned on the academy. I will say, and I'm just going to throw this in there. You guys get free info because you're here. But I am debating doing our back to school sale next year earlier. I think that the July timeframe is a little late in the year. And then, of course, I mean, for us on our side of things, we lose our whole summer. And on your side of things, school starts here in August and it takes us a while. Now, I'm hoping that with our new printer, things are going to go way faster, but I still am thinking of bumping it quite a bit. So hopefully by March or so, we have our online academy nailed down. Everybody knows what to expect for the next year. And then, you know, when we do our back to school sale a little bit earlier, you guys would be able to build that into your plans. But if you are a Legacy Pass holder, then you're going to have access to everything already. So yes. And I'll probably, by the way, will take votes on that within the academy. So I'll probably meet with parents and be asking you guys what you want to see for that next year. We'll do a mixture of some new units and some old units, kind of like we're doing this year. So it'll be fun. It'll be good, you guys. I feel like I'm talking very fast. Will there be units that will not be open to Legacy like in Lifer? No. So here's how it's going to work. The only thing not included in Legacy is anything that is in print only format. So that is some of our flashcards and posters. So that is something that was kind of how Lifer worked a little bit, in that if there was something that was not digital, then you didn't get it. So it is digital only, first thing. And the second thing is that it is anything published by Gather Round Homeschool. So we do have another publishing company called Fully Surrendered, and that is a separate business and a separate publishing company. And that is where we've done Biblical Feasts and where we've done James and where we'll do First Timothy. So that's kind of going more into the Bible side of things. I think our Bible journals are over there as well, where we're doing the Bible with margin and space for kids to be able to write and highlight and underline and all of that. So yeah, those are the only things that won't be included. All of our units, all of our math, which is not digital, but we are making it available digital just for this. So that's a huge value. All of our skill builders, all of our seat work, all of our everything that you see that we have digital, and all of those are listed out. So if you kind of want to see exactly what's included, go to the Legacy page and scroll down to those 3 white boxes, and it kind of lists it out for you and gives you the value for each of those. So it's helpful to kind of see that breakdown as you guys are making your plans. Math will remain digital for Canadians. Yes. Caitlin, for our family, I mean, if you're asking our family, you may be commenting on somebody else's, but no, we do nothing other than Gather Round. Now my dad has started. I love it. It's just they choose right outside my window. They're both right here, right now. Just just right here. That's wonderful. Can you guys hear it? Yeah, we stopped using anything else when we started doing Gather Round. It just for me, obviously, I believe this is enough. This aligns with my philosophy and my values of less is more, which is one thing. And a lot of people would say we are not Charlotte Mason because we're not diehard Charlotte Mason. But I do agree with some of her principles. And one of those is less is more, less busy work, but expecting excellence from a smaller amount. So we're not overwhelming our kids, but then we have higher expectations for the smaller amount that we give them. And so I have seen with this contextual learning, with everything being connected, with their writing being connected, rather than being disconnected and disjointed, I've seen a lot more success where these things have almost naturally just come about rather than them having to be everything this segregated battle to get done their things. So for us, we've just fully leapt in. I mean, easier for me. But I think that, I've graduated one. I've got another one graduating this next year. And they've used Gather Round from, I would say, just how old would they have been? They would have been for definitely all of their middle and high school years, some of them for their upper elementary as well. And then my youngest daughter, she's never used anything but Gather Round. So I think it will be interesting. I definitely one day am excited to be able to share more and more of the testimony as more and more of my kids graduate from Gather Round. But I do believe it's enough. I do believe that our focus on education being so skills-based and being so volume-based is a disadvantage to our kids and to ourselves. And I think that the bigger picture philosophy of having those discussions and teaching our kids how to think, that those things will come. But the big picture of creating a landscape of learning, that is something that has to be fostered and cultivated. And so for me, that's just my value system. So yeah, we are all in with Gather Round. So okay, that was a whole thing. All right. Well, I feel like this was a lot of different conversations, and I am getting slightly stressed with the amount of noise that's happening outside my window. And so I'm going to wrap this up. But hopefully you guys got a little bit of insight into some of the things that we have, and stay tuned. So next week when we go live, we're going live at 2:00 Eastern, and we'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway. So don't miss that. Mark your calendars. I hope to see you there, and make sure by next week, if you are hoping to join us for the Academy, that you've signed up so we have time to get you guys added. And I can't wait to see you over there if you're joining. And otherwise, we'll see you on our next live. See you later. Email us if you have any questions.